All right, I just woke up, um, and thought to myself, yo, let's make a fucking video. Let's make a commentary video, you know what I mean? Because I haven't done one of those in a while. Actually, as a matter of fact, fuck the commentary, let's do a story time. I just want to say, as a disclaimer before this video starts, do not repeat anything that I say in this video. What I did was really stupid, really dangerous, and very, very illegal, and it can get you in a fuckload of trouble. So just take it from me. Don't do this, because it really could have came back and bit me in the ass. So this story time takes place when I was in middle school. I was just about to get into high school. I was in the eighth grade, and at this time, I was in middle school. I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to do a lot of things that kids at um, at that age, shouldn't be doing. Of course, one of the things that I'm talking about is driving. If you are in eighth grade and you don't have a learner's permit, do not try and drive. Especially if you don't know the road laws or how driving actually works. Because at the time, I didn't. Driving is super easy. A lot of it is, common sense. But when you're young like that and you have like no experience, you don't have the reaction time. You don't have, the knowledge of like, hey, what if a car stalls at a train track? What do you do in that situation? You know what I mean? Because a lot of the stuff you learn from either a handbook or driver's ed, you know? That's just how that works. Now, where I live, driver's education, you don't have access to that until you are a freshman in high school, meaning you don't get to take the driver's ed courses until your first year of high school. That is like the earliest you can take that course. Um, Now, I wasn't in high school at the time, I was in middle school. I didn't have a handbook from our DMV. I didn't have, prior experience driving. I didn't have that course. So for a lot of it, I was just winging it, which is very, very bad. If you get behind a wheel and you don't know what you're doing, just stop. Just turn the car off, get out the car and sit down and just don't. Now, of course, me being, me in middle school, I did not take my own advice. I thought, hey, you know what? I want to be independent. I want to have freedom. I want to be able to drive. So I took one of my best friend's trucks. Now, my best friend at the time, he was a sophomore in high school and he had his learner's permit. Now, if you don't live in the US or if your country doesn't have a learner's permit, basically what a learner's permit is it's an ID, kind of like a license, where you have to do a written test. Like it asks you questions about road laws, traffic signs, what to do in certain scenarios. And if you pass that, you get a learner's permit. Now, this learner's permit, it's only good for a year, and in order to like actually drive and like be out on the road, you have to have a licensed driver. So someone who has their driver's license in the passenger seat with you while you're driving. Now I didn't have any of that. I had nothing. So technically I was already breaking the law at the time for, driving without a license or a permit. Which, don't please, like, I beg you guys, don't ever do this. It is very, very unsafe. So in middle school, I played a lot of racing games. One of my favorites was the Forza Horizon game, the very, very first one. Um, so yeah, that was one of my favorite games. Now, the reason I tell you this is because of what I did to my friend's truck because of that game. Um, so I ended up taking my friend's truck out for a joyride, because I was young and I was dumb. And yeah, so I took his truck out for a joyride. And dude, listening to me say this, it really it hurts that I was this careless about like my safety and everyone else's safety. It was really, really bad. Um, but yeah, I took my friend's truck out for a joyride. Luckily, where my friend lived, it wasn't like a big city or nothing. It was a pretty small town, pretty quiet, not a whole lot of people. Um, so less risk of getting into an accident. Now, if you've ever played a racing video game, you know that brake is on the left, gas is on the right. So I applied that knowledge while I was driving his truck. Now, what? So okay, this right here, this is what I mean by you shouldn't be doing this if you don't have like experience or knowledge about doing it. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but a lot of the times in racing games, I will accelerate, and if I want to take a turn, I ease off of the accelerator, and while I ease off the accelerator, I press the brake. Now, in real life, you can't do that. You can't ease off the accelerator. Like, the accelerator cannot be down while you press the brake because it will wear your brakes down like a lot. I didn't know that because again, I was young, I was dumb, I had no knowledge, I had no clue what I was doing. I just wanted freedom. I just wanted to feel like I could do, what adults do, what my friends do. I wanted to, I guess, grow up, but I did it in a very, very unsafe way. So I tried to take a turn, right? And I eased off the accelerator. I didn't let go of the accelerator like you're supposed to do. So it was still getting I was still giving the car gas, right? And I pressed the brake, and next thing you know, I just hear this like crunching sound, and I hear this really, really ear-piercing like screeching sound. And in my mind, I'm just like, "Oh shit. What's going on? Why is the car braking?" Now, the crunching sound, like the braking sound that I heard was the axle. The steering wheel axle completely just breaking. And yeah, that ear-piercing screeching sound, that was uh that was the back tires on his truck. Um When I said, oh shit, what's going on? Was because I didn't know that what I was doing at the time was full on drifting a fucking corner. I did not know about. Okay, I learned about drifting very late in life. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what it was called. I just knew that, it's really hard to control a vehicle if you're drifting. That's all I knew at the time. But I was drifting a corner and oh my god, I was so terrified because like not even like shit, I'd say like 10 feet away, not even 10 feet away. I drifted into the opposite lane of traffic and there was a car headed towards me while my tail end was in the fucking opposite lane of travel. Guys, when I tell you I was shitting myself, that is an understatement. I never I didn't know what to do. I was I was terrified. My adrenaline was through the roof. I was like really really close, like all I wanted to do in that moment was cry. Um but I couldn't. I couldn't. I had to focus on what I was doing and try to correct myself. Here's the thing. I don't know how to drive. Like at this time I didn't know how to drive. So I did not know how to like safely correct myself. So I ended up going off the road. Yeah, I ended up hitting a curb and yeah, I was practically driving on the sidewalk. So, yeah, the tires are on the sidewalk. That car is still driving towards me. So, and I don't know what to do because the driver ended up stopping because I ended up slamming on the brake. Okay, by the way, if you're in that situation, don't ever slam on the brakes. It'll only make you spin out. I didn't know that. But yeah, I slammed on the brakes hard as fuck. That driver ended up like stopping in the road to check on me, see if I was all right. And by the grace of like, dude, it was an actual miracle that this person did not call the fucking cops on me. Like, okay, if I was another driver and a kid was like drifting a corner and got into my lane while I was like, driving and dude, I would have called the cops and been like, yo, unsafe driver, doesn't know how to maintain lanes, go get him. But no, this guy was super, super cool. Um, but yeah, I was parked on the sidewalk talking to this random pedestrian about like how I was just upfront with him. I I was just being completely honest. I was like, "Yo, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Um, I I messed up real bad. I don't have a permit, don't have a license. I just I just wanted to drive." And this guy, oh my god, this guy. Okay, so for context, when I took the truck, I wasn't too far away from the house. I wasn't very far from the house. So this guy, being the incredible understanding person that he was, he goes, "Yo, don't even stress it. When I was younger, I made really stupid decisions. We're human." And he ended up parking his car on the side of the road, put it in park, got out, got in the driver's seat, and drove the truck back to the house. And he was like, "Hey, don't ever do this again. What you did could have hurt me. It could have hurt you. It could have ended so badly." And I was like, I was terrified because, like, keep in mind, I'm in middle school. This is a grown ass man, like a random grown ass man giving me a lecture. And I was like, "So are you going to like call the cops? Am I going to like get in trouble for this?" And he's like, I don't really feel like bothering the police right now because they have a lot more important stuff to deal with than just, some kid making a stupid decision. So, if you promise to never, ever do this again, then, you know, I won't tell anyone. Just let this be a learning experience. And when I tell you that I have never sit in the driver's side of a vehicle until I like got my fucking permit, dude, that day it was so eye-opening and it was just so crazy. Like I could have died. I could have killed somebody. Saying that it really really hurts. I can't believe that I was just so reckless. And please don't ever do this. Like I beg you. Last thing last thing I want to hear about is some kid getting into a vehicle with absolutely zero knowledge, zero experience, getting into an accident and getting hurt. Luckily, I didn't get hurt. I got shaken up pretty bad, of course, because I mean, it was my first time behind the wheel of a vehicle and I started drifting. So obviously, I'm going to be shaken up, but I didn't get physically harmed, which is it's a miracle, and I am very very lucky. But yeah, that was the time that middle school me just wanted to be like reckless and dangerous, and I almost yeah, I don't want to like be like, that guy entitled I almost died. Um, but I could have easily gotten really, really hurt. Um, but yeah, that was the time that I stole, well, not really, yeah, I guess I did kind of steal his truck. Yeah, don't do that either. Keep in mind while like this entire situation was unfolding, my friend, the owner of the truck that I was in, was asleep. But yeah, that was pretty much the time that I committed grand theft auto of my friend's truck, took it for a joyride, ended up drifting a corner, and like, guys, I'm being so serious. Please don't repeat any of this. If you have a permit, drive safe. If you have a license, drive safe. If you have neither, just have your friend take you out to like, 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 just be a passenger, Don't, if you don't have a permit or a license, never get into the driver's seat of a vehicle. Um, yeah, I I don't even know how to end this off. I guess moral of the story is don't do anything that I did, because it is very illegal, it is very dangerous, it is very reckless, it is very stupid. Um, but yeah, if you guys enjoyed this for whatever reason, and you guys want to, you know, see more of this from me, then leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, that's the best way of letting me know that you guys want more of these. And of course, comment your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section. And yeah, it's been Vacant, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
시간은 curves I wish it walked through walk 대신 make my head swerve I'm getting worse like I'm stuck in out of basic curves too many years it's like I lost 대신 making me worthless I gotta stop worship she giving me purpose